Alright then, let's talk about Netflix's Daredevil. Now before I talk about any more into this, I just remind you that this show is currently on Netflix, and mainly in the first season, and I'm here to give you my personal thoughts on the first season. And let's just say this is one of the best things Marvel has done yet. This is probably the best Marvel thing probably since Captain America Winter Soldier. I just love this TV series. It's so damn good. And one of the things I love about this TV show is that the way it grows and progresses, and the characters are fleshed out well, and the main character, and the villain's story, all the stuff that goes through. And the film really does go into very much of the, I don't know how to say this, but it's very realistic in ways. Like when I first saw him, when I saw like the first image of him, I'm like, that looks really cheap and dumb. But then again, I kind of, when I do look at it, I'm just like, well, you know, I could probably make that. That looks cool, wouldn't it? Maybe not. I don't really know. But the thing is that I do really like the costume, and Charlie Cox plays the main character in the show and of Daredevil. Excuse me. My voice is cracking a bit. And I really love his performance. He just adds such a great likability and depth to the character that really makes him both very relatable, yet also something you could really look up towards. And it seems like he's Marvel's answer to Batman. Granted, he's not as rich as Batman, but he goes out at night. He's a vigilante. He fights crime and all that type of stuff. And it's extremely fun and watch this stuff happen. And this scene growing over these like first 10, 12 episodes of Netflix is truly just engrossing incredibly. And I love the way it moves. The villain of Kingpin is also really, really damn good. I love Kingpin. And growing up with the comics of Daredevil, granted I didn't read them much of him. Like I was much more into X-Men, Batman, Iron Man, Superman, and others. But Daredevil wasn't like one of those comics where I was just like, I would read a few and I'm just like, okay, these are fine. They're not the best, but they're not the worst comics I ever read. But for me, these comics, Kingpin was the villain that always stood out to me. He was very much this larger-than-life, very calm and collected character, and I think the show greatly represented that. And also, the actor, I forgot his name, I do apologize for that, is just so exceptional. He brings this very smooth, calm, calculated commitment to him, but he knows how to add in those bloodlusted moments for him to really feel like enraged and infuriated. He really knows how to make that really, really shine. And I also love the way the series goes. It feels both very much like a comic, but very much faithfully. Is that in the first few, what I think in the issue that these do is the first 2 or 3 episodes, cover the backstory well, do it well, and then carry on. Don't show any more except for first few episodes. Otherwise, unless you absolutely have to. And I love that. In the first 2 episodes, to show plenty of the background of the main character, you see how he gets blind, and all the moments of when he walks into like a room, he uses the sound and echolocation to know where things are. It's like, there's a table over there, there's tablets, there's a sink, there's all that certain stuff in the room, and he gets this here through like a snap or a stomp on the ground, anything like that. He knows how to really almost like draw it out in his own mind, and I loved seeing that. It was incredibly interesting, and it was really, really cool, and I really, really enjoyed that. And yeah, I just love the show, and I've been binge watching the show for the last 5-6 days right now. Like I've been taking like an episode or 2 a night. Like I can't get like super engrossed into the show, otherwise I'll be like, I have to work tomorrow, and I just needed to control my own pacing with the show. And I thought all that stuff is really, really great. Also, the screenplay and the writing seems really, really great, and I loved the side character that they had with not Daredevil, but his main persona, the person that usually is he has this person, they're almost like real estate people in a way. I don't know what their real job is. And he's a lawyer. And the person he usually partnered up with, the actor is like also really, really good. And I loved the feeling of it. I thought it was really, really well made. And I thought it was just really, 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 really good. And I just love the show. It really is just extraordinarily good. And do I have any problems with the show? I will say, for me at least, I think there's two things that I do kind of bring it down for me. I mean, just absolutely loving it. And that is, number one, it is the pacing at times. And I do think at times it can be a bit too slow. Actually, I won't really say that, but at times I feel it's like the editing is too brisk, so therefore it feels like scenes won't have that memorability. It's like scenes, in my view, kind of at times kind of just fly by like that, and I'm just like, whoa, slow it down a bit for me, please. Like, I just want to take this world. And also, I forgot to say this, I love how the show is shot. It's shot so well. It's so damn good. And I just loved it. The show was extraordinarily great. And do I have any other problems? Probably not. But aside from all that, Daredevil is one of the best things Marvel has done yet. And I love the realism they added to it. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the build-up. I love the action. Granted, I do think its pacing at times needs to be a little bit slower, to let us kind of breathe in this world at times. But aside from that, I think the show is exceptionally well made. And a big kudos and a big, almost like, to me, it's like, wow, if they're really doing this stuff really well. To me, at least, Marvel has not even ever let me down. Like, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like, things like X-Men and Spider-Man technically don't count, like, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, those don't really count, because I know they're adding in Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe within the next few movies in Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know I'm trying to do all that, but it's like, so far, I don't think any Marvel movie has let me down. Even Iron Man 2, I do like. Even though I do not really personally enjoy Captain America, the first Avenger, all that much. Like, to me, at least, that's the weakest thing they've actually done. Where people will say, oh, it's automatically Iron Man 2. For me, it's Captain America, first Avenger. But it's like, aside from that, I do think Marvel is, at this point, consistently great. And if the Avengers Age of Ultron does deliver, then I will be really, really, really impressed by this whole franchise. And just, wow. The show is just, it's extraordinarily good. And if you have an account on Netflix, then I would highly suggest watching it. Would I suggest getting Netflix just to see this? No, but if you already do have Netflix, then take advantage of seeing this show, and I would just highly recommend it. It would be just, it's really great, and I just love the characters on the show. In the end, everyone, that's my thoughts on Daredevil Season 1 on Netflix, and I would love to hear what your thoughts are, and as always, everyone, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the future for more videos. As always, I'm out.